Okay, welcome to our TOPS meeting. This is being recorded and it will be posted on our Facebook page and in our YouTube page. Some people don't have Facebook, so that way they can have access to the videos. Okay, we'll start with the pledges. TOPS pledge. I will mute everybody, and then you can unmute yourself when we are done with the two pledges. Okay. I am an intelligent person. I will control my emotions, not let my emotions control me. Every time I am tempted to use food to satisfy my frustrated desires, build up my injured ego, or dull my senses, I will remember I will take off pounds sensibly. COPS pledge. I am an intelligent person. I will control my emotions, not let my emotions control me. Every time I'm tempted to use food to satisfy my frustrated desires, build up my injured ego, or dull my senses, I will remember I am to be an example as I keep off pounds sensibly. Okay, if anybody could unmute if you want. And it was hard to find another program I haven't already done yet. So I'm going back to some magazines from 2013. And it is walking challenge. This one was from IRD Calgary to Milwaukee, but I'm changing it up a bit. Okay, let me mute my phone. Okay, there we go. This one for Calgary to Milwaukee, it was 1,345, but from Niagara Falls to Milwaukee, it's only 641 miles. So we can, it is possible. Share, okay. Basic, it's not there. Okay, let me fix the video. Okay, share that, go back to the right. There we go, 641 miles. That's all it is. So ours is a walking challenge. I'm challenging you. You have 1 month because December 1st is Tuesday. And I am challenging you all on this video to walk 641 miles. It's not hard because if you use a conversion chart, if you don't have a pedometer, or you do a pedometer, or you do like gardening and you can use a conversion chart, it's very easy to rack up 641 miles. So I will read this. The total distance from the convention center in Niagara Falls, New York to TOPS Milwaukee is 641 miles. You can use pedometers, conversion charts. If you can also do, because Rick Danforth did when he was doing the million move minutes, you can take, if you're active for 20 minutes, that relay converts to 1 mile, because the average person takes 20 minutes to walk a mile. If you need to do that. And obviously, if most of us, a lot of our chapters are either in quarantine or stopping until the new year. So it's basically individual. So for example, if you're already active, you can aim for 10,000 steps per day or 5 miles, which average. Me, I've measured my step and converted it. I am short. I have a small stride. It's 2,500 steps for my mile. But you can use the average of 2,000, which means you can, I'm challenging you to do it in a month, but if you want to stretch it to July, which is the middle of July is IRD. If you can't do a 10,000 steps a day, just add 5 more minutes. Some days I do as little as 2,000 because I'm reading books all day and I don't do a whole lot. But, you know, some days you just need a day of rest. The main idea is to get us moving more. If the 641 miles is not realistic for you, just like I said, just try to add more move minutes. Also, it says, also the pedometer ensures every step we take counts towards our mileage goal. For example, but I now have got my smartwatch going, and I compared my Google Fit, which is in my back pocket on my phone, and this is on my wrist. My wrist says I've done 1,000 more steps than my phone does.
So what do you believe?
My Google Fit's been messing up, so I don't believe Google Fit. I really don't. I've had to uninstall and reinstall 2 or 3 times, and it's still not tracking right. Or it'll do miles, and it won't track. It'll say I do 0 steps. It's like, okay, I just did 5 miles, and I didn't do any steps. I was like, ah. So, and there are pedometers. You can put it in your back pocket or on your waistband. I know my grandson got one with his cyber school packet for their gym class. They work. It all depends on where you put it, though. If you put it on your waistband or in your pocket, some people hook it onto their shoelaces. It says, how can we squeeze extra steps throughout the day? Crameys, a searchable health resource, which is on the tops.org, suggests these ways to fit in more steps. Instead of sitting over coffee to visit with friends or stroll in a park, I wouldn't suggest going to the mall at this point. I passed the mall and it was very crowded. It's like, aren't we supposed to be staying at home if at all possible? The malls are crowded. So I would say, or even people have lost weight just walking around their houses. If you have stairs and you can do stairs, do stairs. Instead of sitting in the bleachers at a child soccer game or in the doctor's waiting room, if they let you in the waiting room, do a lap around a field or take a quick walk up and down stairs. Instead of sending an email or a voicemail at work, walk over to your coworker and talk in person if you're actually working. Some people are all working at home, so that might not be an option. Or instead of running an elevator or escalator, walk up the stairs. Okay, how do you guys put in extra steps or try to put extra steps in? Anybody?
Park far from the store if you're going shopping.
That has an added benefit. You can find your car. Because I have a dark blue and there's so many dark blue cars. Your cars gets lost. Anybody else? Tammy, how do you add extra steps?
I do a lot of climbing my stairs up and down. I got 3 flights, so between the basement and my upstairs, I'm going up and down. I'm always forgetting something upstairs. I've got to go back up and down and up and down.
I'm the same way. Or I'll go upstairs and forget totally what I was supposed to go up there for. And I ended up going back down, and then when I remember, I go back up.
So it's been a busy day of cleaning and doing laundry, and I said to myself today, I said, Don, I haven't done any exercise, but I have.
Yes. Oh yeah, because if you're constantly moving, you're not just sitting there, you're getting your steps in.
Oh.
It works.
Bird's been chewing on these. I know. So big.
Marion, how do you get extra steps in?
Who? I'm sorry?
Marion, you.
There are lots of YouTube videos. Many of them are just on walking exercises that you can do in your own living room with very limited space.
Yeah, now I can see everybody. We don't need to see the map anymore.
Have to go inside that.
But Stella, how do you add steps?
I try to get 10,000 a day, and I usually I walk around my house. I can go in a circle. So
Mhm.
I just try to get to 10.
Yeah. I was with my grandson. He wanted to play in the playground. I wanted to do laps, so I basically lapped the parking lot while he was in the playground. So I still had my eye on him the whole time. It's like you get steps you can, no matter how short, as long as you're moving. Molly, you still using your recumbent bike?
I am, and as I'm sitting here thinking I should have it set up so I could be doing that while I'm sitting here.
Yeah, yeah, because I know, what's her name? I can't even remember. Teresa Tig does that, or she was doing the
I don't know
recumbent
how I'd
bike.
set it. I don't have it on a table or something beside me because I've got a laptop, so I've got the thing, and I don't think I could strap it on there anyway, but maybe next week.
Yeah.
But I'll do the stair things too. I used to, in the morning, I'd make sure I brought everything down, like what I would need, but now I leave it upstairs purposely so I can go back up and down too to do
Right. Yeah. Donna.
Joanne, I'm hanging out with you on Sundays.
I know. We had a great pace. We had a great pace on Sunday, and it didn't rain. It didn't rain.
Yeah. Well,
we had a couple drops.
The other thing I do is when I'm on my treadmill, it's a 30-minute program, but the last like 2 minutes are like a cool down.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of doing the cool down, I'll up it so that I'm doing actually a 30-minute workout, and then I'll just walk real slow and do my own cool down.
Right. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Terry Ann, how do you get your extra steps in?
I try to take the stairs as opposed to the elevator whenever possible.
Mm-hmm.
So that's at least something.
Yes, and it gets your heart pumping more because you're going up those stairs.
Yeah.
It's easier to go down, but much easier. Okay. Okay. It suggests some activities. Head outside and walk for 10 to 20 minutes. Remember, only do as much as you feel comfortable with. Pair up and march in place for 10 minutes. Don't push yourself too hard. Pace yourself and take breaks. Also, if you don't feel safe walking with somebody, do a virtual one, or do a Facebook Live while you're taking a walk or taking a hike. We'll be doing that Saturday, though not for long, because we're going to be doing 1,000 steps, and I don't want to fall up the steps by videotaping it. But we will do some. Marlene, what do you do for extra steps?
Not enough. I got to get back to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're in.
I was hoping you weren't going to ask me, Joanne.
I know. Well,
with everybody else.
Yeah, when we were sharing the screen, I could only see like 2 or 3 people. So it's like, okay, we have to put it back. I can see everybody.
So do you cook? Do you cook, Marlene?
Do I cook?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I do.
So
but I was walking. There's no excuse.
But when I'm cooking, the setup of my kitchen is such that you do steps going back and forth from one counter to the stove, prepping your meals. That's exercise.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or just march in place while you're doing it, just not in front of the stove.
If nobody's around, you can dance.
Yes.
No.
Yes. You get the.
Even if they are, you can dance.
That's right.
I often grab the cat and dance with the cat.
Yeah. But okay, now here's some more. They have a whole list of extra tips for adding. Okay. Okay, it says
Gotcha.
skip the drive-through at the bank, park and walk instead. My bank just went to appointment only in the lobby, so that's not an option for us
Oh.
right now in Pennsylvania. Take a shopping cart all the way back to the store instead of using the corrals. Turn on music in your kitchen and dance while you make dinner. There it goes. Find a workplace walking buddy and walk during your break, but stay safe. Go on vacation, sign up for a walking tour. I doubt they'll have them right now because even my hiking group, we're not allowed to have a big crowd, even though it's outdoors, because when you hike, you're not that far apart. Mow your lawn if you still can. I have a push mower, so I can get lots of steps in. Get off the bus early, walk the rest of the way. Golfing, skip the cart. It says spend an autumn day walking a corn maze. Well, you can walk and see the decorations in your town, so you can just walk and do that. Walk with your grandkids because they'll always go faster than us. Sign up for a charity walk. These were a virtual walk. I do a lot of virtual walks instead of going for the crowds. Remember to set an alarm on your phone to get up and take a walk.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I have to do that. I set my alarm early so I can get out about an hour before sunrise, so I can get a nice walk in before my husband leaves for work and I have to watch my grandkid. Watching TV, walk up and down the stairs during the commercial breaks, or dance or move during the commercial breaks. Start a walking club at work. I have 3 advocate walks a week. So I already started that. Spend Saturday walking around a museum if they're open and you stay safe. Walk a loop around the mall before hitting your favorite store. So no, our mall, they have mile markers in the mall. People do it early in the morning or before it opens and they get their miles in. Waiting for the water to boil while we're cooking, march in place, pace while talking on the phone. I always do that because I can't sit still. That's an easy one. Like to meditate, walk a labyrinth. Around me, we do have a labyrinth walk in Five Senses Garden in Harrisburg.
Nice.
It's not big, but it just goes around and around, so it's really cool. Park at the end of the parking lot, and that also makes it very easy to find your car. And push yourself to walk an extra block. So there's all kinds of ways, and we already said them. And you can also make yourself a log, just a piece of paper, and write down all your steps, or you have 40 move minutes. That's 2 miles, and that's 4,000 steps. So that works. How many are still meetings or no? How many stopped meetings again? Well, I haven't. Kathy, you got your chapter, and Donna, your chapter's quarantined. Stella, you're still meeting?
Some of them are going, but most of us aren't. There's 5 that's going, but the rest of us aren't going.
Yeah. Well, I have one chapter that is going all Zoom, and some are stopped meeting. Our numbers are up, so you do what you have to do. So this challenge, the 641 miles, you guys can make it in a month. What do you guys think? It's not that much.
It's 20.68 a day. I did the math.
What is it?
That's like 20.68 miles a day.
Well, you use the conversion charts a lot less, but yeah, or we can do it till, we'll see how you do for December, and we'll do it out till July when
That
to
means
ARD.
double what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, just keep a steps log and see how long see if we can get to IRD. Get the.
I don't keep track of steps. Like I don't have anything that keeps track of steps. Like it's just like if I'm on the treadmill for so long or if I walk for so long. So like 20.68 seems like a lot to me.
Yeah.
You can
I'll do my best.
Well, like if you're on the treadmill for does it do you miles? Does
Yeah.
it say
I've got it set
miles?
for miles.
Well, just mark down miles. So, and it's 2,000 steps per mile, and that'll give you steps. That works. Or if you don't have a pedometer and you just go for a walk, just count your move minutes, and it's 20 minutes a mile, and which would be 2,000 steps for that mile. So conversion charts are awesome because they also take into account the effort you're doing. But how many have you this meeting we're doing, they talk about the holiday bingo. Has anybody looked at that in the newest magazine?
I did.
Challenge yourself this month. It's I've already failed. Well, I almost did it in November, but I had a soda today. So I didn't skip all sodas. But this is to challenge yourself by doing a blackout bingo. Challenge yourself. I mean, a lot of us are not in the chapter, so you can just by yourself. Try to black it out by the end of the month. It says, okay, it's got cook a healthy recipe, be kind to yourself, go for a walk, exercise for 30 minutes, sleep in. And I actually slept
That'll
in
be
today.
no problem.
I did that. But I didn't go to sleep till like 2 a.m. because I couldn't sleep. Get a good night's sleep. That's hard for me. Celebrate a non-scale victory. Read a Topps article. Skip all soda. I'm going to really try to skip soda for December. Call or text a friend. Learn something new. And then there's, of course, the free space. It's bingo. Make a wreath salad. And Tammy, yours is gorgeous. It was on they had a post on the Topps.org, official Topps.org Facebook group page, and Tammy's salad was pictured. Skip takeout for a week. Journal a week of meals. Snack on veggies. Practice deep breathing. Have fruit for dessert. Track added sugar. That's going to be hard. I don't eat a whole lot of processed food. Drink an extra glass of water. Dance. We can all dance. Doesn't matter how bad it is. We can all dance. Try a workout video. And there's so many on YouTube. If you have a smartphone or a computer, you've got YouTube. Eat a red fruit. So that would be a good thing to keep us on track in December. Do
you have the magazine on you?
Yes, it's the November, December.
What does it look like? What does it look like? Oh,
there we go.
What page is it on?
Yeah, I've got a virtual background. You can't see anything else I put in front of my face.
What page is it on?
SP2. Towards the centerfold. Or almost the center. But that's a good challenge if so we can finish 2020 fierce. Because it's been hard. Does anybody have any non-scale victories or even scale victories this week? Nobody? I've exercised every single day this week, and I haven't done that in a while.
Good for you.
So it's there. It's hard. I mean, I even had to start over because I was at my goal weight, and I haven't done that in a long time. So I started the my day one again. I lost 3 pounds. I love it.
Yay.
Good for you.
So and I journaled every day, so that helped too. Told me gotta stop eating. Or actually, I was not eating enough.
I wish that I could do that.
Yeah.
No problem.
I'm finding I have to stop certain foods will like the almond butter. That heavy stuff will really stay with you. But yeah, it's the water. I don't drink enough water.
I don't either.
Yeah, and I even have a bottle it's a 34-ounce bottle that has the ounces on it, and say, helps you do like 8 ounces an hour. I've been lax. I haven't been drinking coffee instead, so it's been bad.
I wonder if it's because it's cooler now, because like I was having no problem with my water, but once the temperature, it's just not, before
I
it was
don't
so
want-
hot and stuff, you drank it, but now it's like, I just don't feel like drinking my water.
Yeah, I don't want a cold drink.
Same.
I don't want a cold drink. But anybody have any questions or anything they want to discuss or anything?
I just drink hot water with fresh lemon in it.
Yeah, I like hot water.
It's an acquired, you got to acquire
Yeah.
it, but I don't need the tea or the.
Oh, we discovered pumpkin spice chai tea. Oh, it's so good. And you don't need to put any flavoring or milk in it at all. It's
Doesn't
so
sound
good.
like it.
It's so good.
Yeah, if I do have tea, I have it black. Just.
Yeah, it's coffees and tea are great, but it's when we add everything to it that makes it not so great.
Right.
But so anybody else? There was also does anybody dehydrate fruits or anything, or eat dehydrated to use that as an extra flavor in your food?
No.
Nobody?
Do you?
I don't.
Yeah. I just got a thing of mangoes from my food box, and it's like, what am I supposed to do with these 20 mangoes? I'll be dehydrating them.
Nice.
But nobody uses dried fruit or anything. I know we put it in our oatmeal, but the 2 tablespoons of dried fruit is the one exchange, 60 calories.
Dried cranberries, but.
Oh yes, I have. Oh yeah, I have a huge bag of dried cranberries. They're really good, but you gotta be careful. Sometimes, like they have like Sargento has, it's cheese and then it has dried fruit and nuts. They're sweetened dried fruit, so they added sugar to it, even though it's a fruit. They added flavoring to the fruit, so it's got a lot of extra added sugar, and that's something we need to track, is that added sugar. So you got to be careful with the dried fruit. They may add to it instead of just having the plain old fruit. But
I've come up with a new breakfast that is quite enjoyable.
Okay.
I've never been a fan for hot cereal, but lately I've been having cream of wheat with hot water, and then putting a container of yogurt over top of it.
Ooh.
The two together, and it's really very nice. It's about, I don't know, 200 calories or 180 calories, depending on your yogurt. And it's quite a nice breakfast.
That sounds really good.
This time of year. Yep.
Has anybody put I've done put cashew butter in my oatmeal. Has anybody ever tried that? It's different, because I saw it somewhere on one of those the Tops Wellness Wednesdays, about putting peanut butter, and I do cashew butter in your oatmeal.
I've done that
It's
before.
a little different. It's a little different. I had to add extra water because it got a little too thick. A little too thick. But anybody else have any breakfast that they
Me.
how they anything different that they eat for breakfast in the colder weather? Because I know I'm back to oatmeal again.
Yeah. I like
I
my
made a smoothie.
I like my egg and toast.
I made a kale and pineapple smoothie yesterday. It was pretty good. I missed putting in my apple, but that was okay.
Could you put Jane? Could you put your phone down? Phone down a little bit. We're just talking to your forehead.
Well, I'm like halfway there.
Okay.
Not too much.
There you go.
There we go.
Now we can see
I
your
can't
face.
in my row with it opened because I'm hot. I've been working in the house.
Yeah,
It's been a PJ day.
Oh, I love those
but
days.
No, I made a kale and lactate and pineapple smoothie yesterday. It lasted pretty long. Last time I made that, I put a Honeycrisp apple in it, so I would recommend putting an apple in there to get rid of the tanginess of the kale, because I like kale and I put a lot in, and I didn't realize how much of a lot I put in. It was a little bit of a.
How do you use the kale? I can't seem to do kale. How do you prepare it?
Well,
What do you do with it?
I use kale 1 of 3 ways in a smoothie. I don't know if you've ever been to Olive Garden, but they have a soup called zuppa toscana.
Very good.
And what I do is I buy 2 vegetable broth containers. I cut up 5 potatoes. I put in a half a kale bag, and I cut up the Italian sausage, which is, there's 5 to a pack. It's hot Italian. The recipe calls for cream, but we don't like cream in it. And it's a soup. You put the kale in the last 3 or 4 minutes, and it just wilts it. You don't want to cook it. You want to let it wilt.
Thank you.
I'm a fan of sweet kale salad that you can buy in a mix. It's really good. It's shredded kale and Brussels sprouts, shredded Brussels sprouts, and there's cranberry.
You can shred Brussels sprouts?
and raw, eaten raw.
Wow.
It's really a nice salad. I really enjoy it a lot.
Yeah,
it's got a poppy seed dressing, sweet poppy seed dressing. So it's very good.
Yeah, I've noticed a lot of the chopped salads, they all have kale in them.
The superfood, right?
Yeah. Yep.
I understand.
I like iceberg lettuce.
If you use kale in a salad, you're supposed to massage it.
Oh.
We're supposed to massage our food.
I think it's very tough.
Very membraney.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, when it's already shredded, you know, it's not so bad.
And when it's dressed, it gets soft.
Right. That's good. That's good. But trying to think. Anybody else have anything they want to talk about, or any questions, or anybody going to IRD?
Planning on it.
Yeah. Don't forget to I think it's January 8th. It goes live online to register. I know on staff I have to mail it in. But just make sure you buy your ticket in January. I think that unless somebody has anybody else that they want to talk about, anybody?
Good.
Anybody? What are you guys doing for Thanksgiving? How are you gonna? I know I'm not making all the cookies or the pie. Well, I might make a pie, but with no crust. But
No, I made an apple crisp tonight, and I don't bake. I cook. I'm a good cook, but I don't bake sweets. So I had my sister help me, and she's telling me how to make the crust. And she's like, you need a stick of butter with a cup of flour and a cup of sugar. I said, no.
wow.
You do it your way. I'll do it my way. I'll do the fat-free version. And I only had like a little chunk of butter with a quarter cup of flour, and I still made the crumbleness for the top, but not with all those calories.
Yeah, the same with
sugar.
me. I do very little butter.
And it was very good.
That's good. I know, because I'll be doing the pumpkin pie, but I won't do any crust.
So I find with all these recipes, you can cut that butter out. You don't need all that butter that they use. And or I'll use some butter and use some applesauce with it, and just I even made banana nut bread, and I didn't use butter. I used the applesauce.
Okay.
Grow up with my kids were little. That's what we did. We instead of the oil or the butter, we did the applesauce, because we always had the applesauce on hand because of the baby food. It was always in the house.
I don't think it browns as nice as it is when you use butter. It doesn't taste any different to me.
Right.
I'm Canadian, so tomorrow's just another day. Yeah.
Well, when was your Thanksgiving?
But I wish all of you happy Thanksgiving tomorrow.
Well, thank you. When was yours? Last month?
It was in October.
Yeah, last month. But
of course, we didn't do anything special for it either, because of course we've been kind of hiding in our homes.
Right. Yeah. We're told. I think the governor said the bars had to close at 5. No more alcohol after 5. They weren't pleased, but they're trying to cut down on the crowds.
Hours are open.
Yeah. We have a 9 o'clock curfew for anyone going anywhere.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we're trying to stay safe, but some people they want to do what they want to do. But
so that's like my kids are from New Hampshire, so they won't be coming over because it takes an hour and a half to get. It would not work, and they're really discouraging people from doing that.
Right. Yeah. And they're saying, I got an alert on my phone to stay home if at all possible. They're not saying shelter in place, but they're saying if you don't need to go out, you don't go out. You just stay home. But
we're back to using what you have in your freezer, and do not go out unless you absolutely have to.
Yeah.
And things are getting sparse again on the shelves.
Same here.
I was in the store today and there was lots of toilet paper.
There's none here, none in Pennsylvania.
And you some.
Good thing once every time I went out, I tried to get at least some.
Wasn't that the
otherwise the shelves are empty.
I noticed that last Saturday too in New York, that while it looked as though every brand was on the shelf, there was maybe only 1 or 2 packages left. And so it's like it looked empty. Right. And it's like, what's going on? Like, I'm not but
it's not a symptom, but they're afraid if the stores close, what are they going to do?
Yeah. So
there's
I'm
no
going
more
to make
leaves on the tree.
Gonna
Going to my
close.
cousin's tomorrow. I picked up 2 pies. So I picked up a pumpkin, I picked up an apple. There's literally going to be 6 people there. And she eats super, super healthy, super clean, no added sugar, anything. I have no idea what she's actually making. I'm guessing from years past, I'm guessing there's probably going to be turkey, probably mashed turnips, probably mashed cauliflower, and probably some type of a roasted vegetable. I'm hoping there's stuffing, because this is the one time a year I'll actually eat stuffing. So I'm hoping she's doing stuffing too. But I told her, because she's like, you don't need to bring anything. I'm like, listen, I'll bring the pies. That way I feel that I'm offering the hostess something.
Right.
And I told her the bakery I was getting them from. And so she like approved that.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
So
yeah, I'm not even gonna, well, I have a box of stovetop. If they want stuffing, I can do the stovetop, but I'll just do the turkey and some steamed vegetables. We're trying to cut down on our carbs, so there's no potatoes in the house. So we're good. We don't need a whole lot of bread.
I gotta have the potatoes for the potassium.
Yeah, well, no.
Huh.
Yeah, we don't do a whole lot of potatoes. Not anymore. My husband's can't do the potatoes, so if my grandson wants mashed potatoes, I can get one of those single servings of flakes, put in the microwave for 3 minutes, and he's got mashed potatoes. So easy, so easy, because he'll still eat them. But otherwise, I don't have anything else. I can do I have the Never Quit pledge, and then everybody will have a great weekend, because I know, and I will, all the walks are still on New Cumberland, Sunday's Wildwood, and the 1,000 Steps is on Saturday, if people are in my area. Today I promise I will not quit. I pledge that no matter how many ups and downs I pass through, I will continue on my journey. I pledge to make a new start today and forgive myself for my past, and to stop being so critical of myself. I pledge to take control of myself, to stop making excuses, and stop blaming other people or situations. I pledge to treat myself as I would my best friend, because that is who I am. I pledge to stay in the race and to be a winner. We all need to treat ourselves as our best friend and not being so down on ourselves. So everybody have a great weekend. If those of you are in the United States, have a great Thanksgiving. And if you're not, still have a great week. And try to get those extra steps in. And the bingo you have, okay, from the magazine. And let's see what we can do with that in December. I'm trying real hard to stop soda. I had like think I've had a total of 2 sodas all month. So I slept, but it's better than 5 or 6 a day. So we're good.
Yeah.
So everybody, you have a great day.
You too.
Okay, see you next Wednesday.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Bye.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.